Hey guys, it's Christy with Zen 10 Lotus Tarot, and I'm going to try and get this video out as quickly as possible. This is for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If it resonates with you, give me a like, a comment, don't like, share, do whatever you got to do to help my channel grow. Going to try and bring you more readings as much as I possibly can. So we're going to get started. Full moon energy, right? Lunar eclipse. It's all weighing heavy on all of us, Taurus, and you guys are no, exception to that role, right? And so what we're going to try and do tonight is to transmute that energy in the best way possible in order for you to gain clarity, understanding, and how you can start to transform that energy within you to empower you to be your best and highest self. So we're going to do shadow work, and that involves taking a look at ourselves, right? And becoming aware of some of those things within us that trigger us, that need healed, that we might not be recognizing within ourselves at this time. Maybe that's why we feel that heavy energy, that full moon energy. And we want to make it lighter. We want to live easy. We want to live content. We want to live happy, and so I'm going to throw out some shadow card that I chose, and we'll see what you're dealing with. So the first card that I chose for you in that healing process of grieving, we all go through grief, right? I say this every video that I do when I use this deck. It's a little bit of a trigger, and it doesn't always feel good. Change is never easy. It's something that can cause us to feel like we don't want to do it, because it's easier, because it's more comfortable not to. But that's the first thing that we need to begin doing, is to recognizing those things within us that aren't healed, or that could possibly be healed, or that need to be shifted in a manner that serves us and doesn't destruct us, right? So the card that I chose for you guys, that's not even the card. Oh, here it is. The card that I chose for you guys, Taurus, is obsession. This card is in the stage of denial and grieving, and denial's tricky, right? It's almost like it's like a trick, to be honest, because it's like our mind is telling us one thing, our heart is telling us another, our soul inside is screaming because they're not in alignment. It's our mind is telling us yes, sometimes our heart is telling us no, and our soul is just screaming for you to have clarity and understanding and intuition in the matter. And it's like our mind can play tricks on us and make us believe things that aren't true, or ruminate on things that need to be let go, or begin to see differently or see clearly, without rose-colored glasses, or without the blindfold completely over our eyes. We perceive how we perceive based on our past experiences, based on our own healing, based on our own traumas, based on our own understanding, based on our own knowledge, based on our own capability of adapting, to whatever it is that's going on in our life. And we're always grieving something. I don't care what it is, big or small, we got it all. I love to rhyme. Shit, I love to rhyme. Okay, sorry, I had to celebrate. Anybody that knows me knows how much I love to rhyme. But the deal is that whatever is going on within us, it's easy for our mind to trick us into believing a certain idea, a certain aspect, a certain truth that may be false. If that makes sense, that may be untrue. And so obsession talks about putting on this like laser focused lens, on our glasses, where we're focused in on one thing, but we're not seeing everything around us clearly. I don't know why you're grieving something that makes you in denial of that grieving process occurring, or why you feel the need to obsess in a state of denial, because this is the thing. It's one thing if, and it's not one thing. We should never be obsessed with anything to the point of not being able to see things clearly around us because of it, because of the obsession, because of the idealization or the putting something on a pedestal so high that you can't even see the inevitable fall that's about to occur because of your inability to discern correctly. Obsession is in the same category as addiction. It's an addiction to something, an idea, a goal, a strategy, a thought, a person, a place, a thing, an idea, whatever it is for you. There's something that you can't see clearly because you have become in a state of obsession over it. And I don't know what that is for you. That could be a relationship. That could be a job. Some of us get obsessed with working, just because it lights us up, or you could get super pumped and excited about a certain project that you're working towards, or something that you are spending too much time focused on that one thing for you, that it has drowned out everything around you. You can't see anything, all those wonderful things around you that may be possibly there for you to grab, because you're too laser focused on your denial or your incapability of seeing things clearly with that one thing, that one, the goat, whatever it is, that thing that you're ruminating over, that you're obsessing over, and a lot of times we can tend to lose focus in that process of obsessing. It becomes the only thing we can think about, the only thing that we can do with our time, the only thing that we dream about, the only thing that we wake up in the morning and get pumped over. And here's the thing, pretty soon you realize that the only thing that you're doing at the end of the day, after doing all of that time and energy and effort into the obsession itself, is you're staring at a mirror looking right back at yourself. It's only you. It's within you to move through that grieving process of denial, of that you are obsessing, or that you are obsessed with something or someone or an idea or a job or a career or a focus, to the point of you're missing opportunities. You're missing opportunities for growth. You're missing opportunities for evolution, for healing, for moving forward, for and we do this with the past a lot. It's a reference book of things that have happened in our life experience, right? And we can choose to take a look at that reference book and go over it in a manner that serves us by teaching us the lessons we were to learn during that past, and loving those things from the past, but yet not obsessing over it because we can't change it. Denial is like almost a thing like we have the control to change the outcome of whatever it is, and that's the only thing that we're capable of ever changing, shifting, moving, transforming, taking away the free will of, or giving free will to, is ourselves. And letting go of an obsession, or getting out of that space of denial regarding your actual obsession, is that if you can move through that more smoothly by getting through the denial aspect of it and recognizing it and actually becoming aware of it and accepting that it is, whatever you're grieving, it's occurring. Whatever you think you have control over, you don't. You have to recognize that you're losing control over an idea, a person, a place, a thing, a loss, the past, whatever it is for you. It's like you're losing control in that state of denial. The only way to regain that control is to recognize that it's happening to begin with, and taking accountability that it's happening, and becoming aware of the behavior patterns that you have surrounding it, and finding a diversion, right? A diversion of any kind. And that's not ignoring that it's an obsession. That's not masking the idea that it's an obsession. It's recognizing that it is, recognizing your unhealthy level of attachment to something, right? Because the only thing that we can ever get obsessed over is something we have an unhealthy attachment to. Now, that could be a lot of things. We could have an unhealthy attachment to our identity of who we were in the past versus who we are now or who we are becoming. Change, transformation, transmutation, transfiguration of any kind in your life is a loss of the old you and a gain of the new you. And Spirit is saying at this time, you know, this obsession that you have with the past or whatever it is that you're grieving and your denial of accepting that it's occurring is that you are missing the beauty of the transformation that can occur if you move through this. You know, if you move on from the obsession of it, if you move on from the denial of it, if you begin the healing process necessary in order to recognize all those wonderful opportunities around you. Because when you stop focusing on one specific thing, you know, shoot your rockets of desire into the universe, by all means. Obsess over what it is that you want for yourself. Obsess over your life. Obsess over your goals. Obsess over your strategies and your ideas on how you're going to move each and every moment of every day. But leave space, you know? Leave space for stuff to come in that you don't even know that you need, that you don't even know that you want, that you don't even realize is waiting for, you know, to unfold in your life experience. But you got your focused lens on one certain aspect of something. Maybe maybe your relationship didn't go in the way that you wanted it to, and so you're obsessing on the way that you wish it went. We do that a lot, right? And who can we control? Us. That's it. We can't control anybody else around us. We can't control whether somebody sees our worth or they don't. We can't control if somebody thinks we're enough or they don't. We have to know that we are enough. We have to know our own worth. We have to know our own ability to change and shift and transform and accept that change is happening, you know, one way or the other, whether we like it or not. And we can either choose to do something that regresses us into a space of the past where we get stagnated and ruminating on certain things that didn't serve us, or we can move forward from that kind of energy and notice and recognize all the wonderful opportunities that are surrounding us, you know. And it's always a choice in every single moment of every single day. And I'm gonna try and hurry this video because I only got like a few more minutes left. So we're gonna throw some cards down, see exactly what we can clarify for you, Taurus. So you're watching somebody from afar, like this could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, possibly. And the King of Cups is a loving energy, you know, but he sits back and he admires and he doesn't say much, you know, he just kind of admires from afar. That's the best way to put it. And it's like your admiration is beautiful in the King of Cups energy, but he can also be a little bit mentally, like his love is a little bit everywhere. And it's like he gets laser focused on something, but he won't say anything. And here's the thing. Divine timing is at play here. And when you're ready to accept your feelings, or maybe it's that you're holding back from someone and you can't stop obsessing on things you didn't say or things you should have done differently, but you can't change it unless, you know, you listen to your divine guidance, not the obsession portion of it, not the way you wish things went. How things gonna go now? How you gonna change? What can you do? What actions are you going to take in order to move things forward the way you want them to go for the future? Even if that's in another relationship altogether. Maybe something happened in this relationship will never work, but what in future relationships can you do differently to take accountability in whatever happened in this one that you could possibly change for a better outcome for your future with the next partner that you find? You know, yes, and it's like, that's the truth. And if you're willing to stand in your power and take control over your own denial, you know, and your own behavior patterns surrounding what it is that you do. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe you get up in the morning and the first thing you do is check social media. If that's causing you heartache or triggering you or making you feel uncomfortable in any way, you have to ask yourself, like, am I taking too much time on this platform that I just don't feel good about it anymore, you know? Or is it that I'm looking for attention in that manner? And if that's the case, then and maybe if that's the case, like I'm getting high on like the dopamine, you know, that I get every time my phone buzzes and says that I have a notification. And you know, it's just denial about your obsession with something, and I don't know what that is for you. I'm just giving you some examples that I feel intuitively. But this is a huge burden on your back, huge. And it's like you want fulfillment, you want that 10 of cups, you want the everything, the love, the fulfillment, the happy family, you know, the happy home. And it's like, I don't know if something ruined that or didn't go in your favor, but the best thing that you can do at this time is to try and figure out, you know, look in the mirror, you know, what is it that you can take accountability for? How will you move differently for the future?